Welcome to Football Scientific. I'm Aaron Soder, writer for CFLNewsHub.com and the Grandmaster of Football Scientific, where we cover the NFL, the UFL, the CFL, the IFL, the NAL, National Arena League. I'm an official media member for the NAL and also the ELF, European League of Football. And in other videos, we cover college football. Soon we'll be covering the Big Ten power rankings. Boop, boop. We got two more conferences, Big Ten, SEC, before they start playing. They don't play this week, so I got a little extra time. So let's dig right into this football stuff. I am joined with my guest host, Ziggy the Zebra. Ziggy the Zebra, fire up. Let's get it. NFL news, we got it. CFL news, we got it. UFL news, we got it. IFL news, we got it. NAL news, we got it. ELF news, we don't have ELF news. Do we? No, we don't. We don't have ELF news today. At all? Not at all. They're getting ready for the playoffs. They're just getting ready. Oh, they don't do any news? No, they're not going to do any news. They're just getting ready for the playoffs. Okay? Calm down, Ziggy the Zebra. I don't know what we're talking about. Why aren't we covering the ELF? Because they're not doing anything. Just getting ready for the playoffs. Okay. Boom. That was stressful. All right, let's talk about the news of the day. Really, for the last couple of days, it's been a busy start to the week football-wise. We have our first game this weekend against Notre Dame Academy. Remember, I'm the D coordinator at Grace Baptist Academy. Going to play Notre Dame. Should be a huge game, man. Friday night. Here we go. Boom. NFL, Green Bay Packers, running back Marshawn Lloyd, hamstring injury. Probably going to be out, at least for the starter. Could be out for a while, they say. Cleveland Browns, they officially signed Isaiah Bond, the guy who is waiting to have his charges dropped for sexual assault, and he's now officially Cleveland Browns. He'll fit right in with Deshaun Watson. They're probably going to hang out together and stuff, get massage. Oh, but we're not supposed to mention that. Indianapolis Colts, former Dolphins All-Pro quarterback Xavier Howard has signed with the Colts. The Colts are trying to make a run for it, man. Atlanta Falcons. Michael Penix Jr. and Kirk Cousins, they're not going to play this last preseason game. Bang! Emory Jones, he's not going to play either. Concussion protocol. And then later on, they decided to cut him. Boo! But they did sign quarterback Ben DiNucci, former Seattle Sea Dragons quarterback coach. He seems like that. He's pretty old, man. He's pretty old. He's the quarterback for the Seattle Sea Dragons in the XFL season before they became the UFL. He didn't win a playoff game. He didn't win a playoff game. But he's going to go up for Dallas, man. He went for Dallas. He's going to go Atlanta Falcons. Because they're like, we need a third string quarterback, bro. And Kirk Cousins is like, I'm the most expensive backup quarterback ever. And Ben DiNucci is like, can I get paid? And Falcons are like, yeah, you can get paid. Falcons released wide receiver DJ Chark. No, he didn't. Who can say? Shark. You know what I mean. Shark. Okay. All right. Don't talk about that stuff. Pittsburgh Steelers, they're signing former Oregon cornerback Cam Alexander. He had been with the Seattle Seahawks until last week. When they cut him, they're like, they're garbage. And the Steelers were like, cool, we'll take you. LA Rams, Matthew Stafford's finally back at practice. He's finally getting over it. Get over it, bro. Get over it. Yeah, you got a degenerative disc. Get over it. Yeah, you could be paralyzed on the next hit. Get over it. Cleveland Browns quarterback 1 is going to be, as predicted by Football Scientific this weekend. We got it right, Joe Flacco. All this talk about Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel and blah, blah, blah. Guess what? They're all trash. Joe Flacco is the starter against the Cincinnati Bengals. I hope we can get a stop. Against them. We didn't get a stop against anybody, man. We're so bad on defense. Oh, come on, Al Golden. Figure this out. Pittsburgh Steelers, they're meeting with former Jaguars and Bills wide receiver Gabe Davis. It sounds like he's going to sign with them, but we don't know. Cleveland Browns, another confusing situation, another criminal with the Browns. Okay, running back Quinshon Judkins, he has his case dropped, but they're waiting for NFL investigation, and they're not able to sign a contract with him because they're waiting for that investigation to be done. They probably won't sign him. You know who's signing? The Bengals. Last time we signed someone who beat someone up, it was Joe Mixon, and we had a good time with Joe Mixon. Yeah, he beat up some lady. It happens. It's the NFL. It happens. Come on, Quinshon Judkins, tell it. It happens, bro. People get beat up all the time. Miami Dolphins running back Devon Achane. I hope he's okay, because he's one of my keepers in one of my leagues. Fantasy football leagues we're drafting this week. Oh, you got a calf injury. Mike McDonald's just saying, hey, man, he ain't really hurt, bro. That's how he talks with his vape. He ain't really hurt, bro. He just got a calf injury. We're just holding him out so he can't get hurt. That's how he talks. Okay, I could be Mike McDonald. A+. Let me be the head coach of the Dolphins. I'll do a great job. Kansas City Chiefs, they have their first round pick for 2023, Felix Anudike-Uzomah. Yeah, he's on the IR list, right? Strained his hamstring. Yikes. It's official. The trade with the Eagles and the Texans, all the provisions were released. Eagles get wide receiver John Mitchell III, who's never been much for the Texans, but maybe he'll be good with the Eagles. 2026 sixth-round draft pick they also get with him. Texans get tight end Harrison Bryant. 2026 fifth-round draft pick. Okay. Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Jonathan Mingo, IR. Right knee. Out. Versus Ravens. Buffalo Bills, former Dolphins, and Packers wide receiver Grant DeBose coming to Buffalo. Boop, boop. Signing him up. Boop, boop. Buffalo. Boop, boop. Indianapolis Colts. Quarterback one for them going to Miami is going to be Daniel Jones. This is what I had hoped would happen. Anthony Richardson should be happy. Everyone's saying, oh, Daniel Jones is with QB1. Anthony Richardson sinks. Nah, man. Let Daniel Jones go out there, and for the first 4 games, he's going to get beat down. He's going to throw interceptions. Boop. He's going to get smacked in the face. Boop. And it will give Anthony Richardson time to figure out how to pick up blitzes so he doesn't get his finger hurt again. Daniel Jones is going to get hit in the face. Ow! And everyone's going to be like, Daniel Jones is so bad, bro. And then by then, Anthony Richardson will learn how to call an audible to pick up a blitz. And then they'll come and be Superman. They'll be like, wow, Anthony Richardson was amazingly good. Or maybe they'll dust the stick. That's probably what's going to happen. New York Giants left tackle Andrew Thomas. Passes physical. He's off the PUP list. PUP list. It's physical unable to perform. It's not a puppy. San Francisco 49ers signed quarterback Nate Sudfeld. Why? Because Mac Jones is hurt, man. He sprained his knee. But they say he's going to be ready for week 1. He just doesn't want to play. Miami Dolphins signed linebacker Matthew Judon and cornerback Cam Dantzler, senior, who once spent some time with the San Antonio Brahmas at the UFL. They waived wide receiver Tarek Black and Pat Ryan Stonehouse. Pat Ryan Stone. That's he's probably a punter. No, it's not Pat. It's punter Ryan Stonehouse. My bad. Okay. San Francisco 49ers. Mac Jones out. Knee sprain. Out. Nate Sudfeld signed. Pittsburgh Steelers defensive tackle Cam Hayward. He's practicing. He didn't get a new contract. It's lame. Blah, 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 blah. I'll practice now. Whatever. Miami Dolphins, they released the terms of the contract. Matthew Judon, edge rusher, 1-year contract. Boop. Let's get some sacks. It's a prove-it contract, y'all. Teams are interested in New York Giants backup quarterback Jameis Winston. But they're like, no. We don't know we know it's Russell Wilson in week 1. But we know Jackson Dart's pretty good. He's getting a lot of hype. Good preseason, performances. But both those guys are going to be hurt because our offensive line's horrible. That's what the Giants are saying. Our line is bad, man. We're going to need all these quarterbacks, probably more. We'll probably need to sign Ben DiNucci. Here's what the Falcons. Cincinnati Bengals. They want a first-round draft pick and a young defensive player for Trey Hendrickson. They ain't going to get that, man. They set the price high. The Patriots are interested, but they're not going to take the bait. Or will they? Hopefully not. On the side note of that, a report came out. Trey Hendrickson says they agreed to the years of the contract. Boop. They agreed to the amount of money on the contract. Boop. Why isn't he signed? Because they couldn't agree to the guaranteed money. Boop. He wants it all up front. But generally the Bengals don't do that unless it's Jamar Chase. So whatever, man. Dude doesn't want to play. Got him. Probably should trade him and get something for him. You're right, chat. Should probably trade him. And no one's going to trade. Because everyone knows he's not worth a first-round draft pick. And they got to sign him to a contract? Nah, man. No one's going to do that. That's dumb. Cincinnati Bengals are expected to sign former Vikings offensive lineman Dalton Risner. He's got the Riz, but they still got no defense, even with Trey Hendrickson. That's why I wouldn't pay. That's why I would pay for Trey Hendrickson, man. Our defense is garbage. You think Trey Hendrickson's going to make it not garbage? He played out last year, it was garbage. Why are we paying a guy to play garbage football? Come on. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jalen McMillan, he's on the IR, man. He got hurt. He's a wide receiver. Hurt. Ow. Don't draft him in your fantasy draft. Washington Commanders signed former Seahawks offensive tackle George Fant. George Fant. With an N. It's not fat. Fat. No, it's not fat. Fant. Fant. Say it right. Cleveland Browns, 4-time Pro Bowler quarterback Denzel Woods. Shoulder injury. Ow! Goodbye, Cleveland. You stink. You stink. You and Joe Flacco. That's predicted by me. In the UFL, it's not really an UFL. NFL teams are signing UFL players. Houston Texans signed DC Defenders wide receiver Cornell Powell. Okay. Buffalo Bills signed St. Louis Battlehawk running back Jarvion Howard. Pittsburgh Steelers signed Michigan Panthers DN Kenny Williakis. Miami Dolphins signed DC Defenders offensive tackle Mark Brooks. That's an easy name. I like that. Atlanta Falcons signed Birmingham Stallions defensive end Ronnie Perkins. Okay. That's a short trip from Birmingham. Well, they didn't live in Birmingham. They lived in Arlington. My bad. Dallas Cowboys signed DC Defenders defensive back Michael Ajumedia. Cool. Hey, the IFL finished up their awards. They're getting ready to fire up an SG. I thought it was last weekend. I made it short. I was wrong. Go Green Bay. They're still going to win. I'll probably make another short. Why not? Okay. But here's the rest of the IFL awards, man. IFL First Team Defense, Defensive Line, Jalen Swan, Fisher's Freight. Defensive Line, Jonathan Ross, Bay Area Panthers. Defensive Line, Keyshawn Moore, Quad City Steamrollers. Linebacker, Alan Arslanian, Quad City Steamrollers. Tweener, Hybrid, Linebacker DB, Devontae Merriweather, Arizona Rattlers. Defensive back, Joe Fuchsia. I don't want to say his actual name. It sounds like a cuss word. Bay Area Panthers. I don't want to get defunded because I said a cuss word. Food shop. Yes. Defensive back Caleb Streeter, Iowa Barnstormers. Vegas Nighthawks running back Antonio Winbush. Guess what he was named? IFL Special Teams Player of the Year. You got a return man, man. You got a return man. Iowa Barnstormers defensive back Caleb Streeter, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, and he's at all first team IFL. He should probably go to UFL next year, man. Arizona Rattlers running back Ron Brown Jr., Offensive Rookie of the Year. Okay. Quad City Steamboats head coach Corey Ross, IFL Head Coach of the Year. Green Bay Blizzard, Matt Barrett, IFL Assistant Coach of the Year. Okay. NAL. I've officially been added as an official NAL media member. Okay. And we got some insider information. It's appeared on our site by now. I was really busy the last couple days. Really busy with actual football stuff. So I couldn't report on this. I knew about this 2 days ago, guys. But here it is. NAL, they've partnered with GOAT Sports to take care of all their apparel and uniform needs. That's for the whole league. The whole league's going to be with GOAT Sports. GOAT Sports. National Arena League. Uniforms and Apparel. It's a goat. Like Jim Brewer, the goat man. What is going on? Oh, CFL, BC Lions. They moved to a practice roster. National offensive line Alex Berman, I guess. Saskatchewan Roughriders release American linebacker Braxton Hill. And they sign American defensive back Benjamin Sapp III. Montreal Alouettes moved to the practice roster. National defensive line Philippe Lumio Cardinal. He keeps getting moved around. What are you going to do with him, man? Figure it out. They signed American quarterback Shea Patterson. He's next on the list to have be injured. That's cool. Go Ticats. Move to the practice roster. National wide receiver Kasim Ferdinand. Hamilton Cats. They moved to a practice roster. National offensive lineman Arvin Husseini. Okay. Husseini. Hey, he's Saini. Husseini. Who's not Saini? That's Saini. Ottawa Red Blacks moved to the Sunday injured list. American linebacker Davion Task. Maybe. They added for the practice roster American quarterback Tyree Adams. Adams. National defensive back Eric Cumberbatch. Wasn't he in that Sherlock Holmes show? I never watched it. It's on Netflix, I think. Eric Cumberbatch? That sounds familiar. American DB, Shakur Brown. Shakur Brown. Ottawa Red Blacks moved to the 6-game injured list. National DB, Justin Howell. Ow. And American DB, Bennett Wilson. I don't have a sound effect for him. And they signed American DB Bentley Sanders. Okay. And the Bentley. That's nice. American DB Cameron Lockridge. Okay. And then National DB Tyson Otis Copeland. Otis Copeland. I don't know. That's our pro football news from the last couple days. Last preseason games this week. EFL playoffs start this week. IFL National Championships this week. Probably. Week 12 of the CFL this week. No Tirecats game. No Tirecats article, y'all. NAL might bust out some cool stuff. Waiting to see. That's it. That's the pro football news for today. If you want to read about the CFL, check out CFL News Hub, guys. I don't do the footballanalysis1.com. They decided to change the direction of the website. No, it's not because I'm a bad writer. Take that away. Because they changed the direction of the website. CFL News Hub still there, though. And then also, Football Scientific is here. Our membership is growing. Soon we'll be with 1 billion subscribers. When we get to 1 billion subscribers, I'm buying everyone a slice of pizza. That's the rule. 1 billion subscribers, everyone gets a piece of pizza. Got you. Little Caesars. Ain't got that kind of budget. But by then, I might be doing sponsorships with Google, Scuba Gear. I might be having beer mugs. I don't drink, but you could. I don't know. If you want to sponsor me, do it, businesses. We're on the up and up. We're driving to the top. We're not fake. We're not AI. We're not computer generated. This is the real deal. All day long. I'm holding true. Soon, in 2030, most likely the mechanized apocalypse will occur. Humanity will be wiped off the board. This will become a time capsule for what humanity was like. That's how big Football Scientific is. It's a time capsule for our society. Think about that. When you like the video and subscribe to the channel, you're part of something bigger than yourself. This is like Biodome, but cooler because there's no Pauly Shore hanging around. Football Science Portal is over, Rover.